sorry for not being Madden 17. Everyone's, well, I'm sorry for messing up everything. I just remembered about it. So let's keep resuming again. It's already first quarter.
On second down, it's Bell. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back.
While there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window. They've got to go a little bit faster.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football. And now out comes Minnesota. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in.
Get some!
They weren't ready to go on the last one.
Oh,
Give
no!
credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. He's been reliable all year, and he continues that reliability here on the biggest stage.
And when we were in a production meeting with the offensive coordinator, didn't he kind of mention, maybe even smile about the idea of running the football? It's worked well for them.
Cuts it out to the sideline. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there that'll lead to it. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. And they've got it here with a first down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. That's an experienced DB picking off a rookie, and you know sometimes those experienced DBs, they love going against the young pups, don't they?
And I go back to the offseason, had a quick conversation with him about, hey, when you play younger quarterbacks, what's it like for you?
Le'Veon Bell, it's a foot race. He's hit the 40.
Get him, Justin. Let's go. Chase him down.
Goes down, but not before reaching the 21. And for those worried about whether or not Le'Veon's explosiveness would return, I think we just had our answer.
ACL? What ACL? This guy's back running as if he were totally healthy and never had an issue.
Offense lining up 1st and 10.
And
1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and
that can't get nowhere.
Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And the former Rice Al Boswell puts this one through in his return to Houston. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Well, their offense has struggled for sure, but they get the field goal here and at least get on the board before half.
And that's not something we should underestimate, because just getting points on the board can sometimes have a settling effect on a team. Helps them start their comeback.
Yes, sir! Oh! Snap!
A great effort there with his third touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And that right there, Mr. Davis, was kickoff return number 11 in Super Bowl history.
And it's such a game changer usually. I think about Jacoby Jones when he did it with the Baltimore Ravens and how that really flipped things in the game and really gave them a jolt and an extra spark.
Yeah, that was Super Bowl 47. It also happened in Super Bowl 48. Percy Harvin, Seattle versus Denver. Extra point try now for Walsh.
I made history in the Super Bowl.
And it's 21-3. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
Still locked
It's
up.
a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Super Bowl 51 after this. Brown, the lone receiver, left. On second down, Roethlisberger goes underneath for Bell. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
So many times you hear today's NFL just into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, miss an open field.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger.
Now
it was tipped. He altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh.
Let's get back to another return.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17.
Oh!
Get him! Stiff arm.
Oh!
A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gain, they can run that plan any down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back?
That's what you need for a good counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well. But they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. Well, he just threw an interception last drive. Nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of different driving on those paved roads.
He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. James Harrison in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. That's caught at the 2. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll bring up a 6. Come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Escaping the... And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. It's the quarterback in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So as the set designers rush out here to get us ready for the spectacle to come at intermission, these two teams will head to the locker room in Super Bowl 51 from Houston. As we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Now first and 10, run play coming up here, and he'll go in from 35 yards out. Vikings now on top. End of the first quarter. Stiff arm here on the run, and this long run goes for a touchdown. That puts them on top by 14. Steelers line up for the kickoff. He'll actually take the punt out of the end zone. He gone as he sprints into the end zone. The Vikings go up by 18. 2nd and 2 coming up. He'll take this one off the right edge, and he'll cap off the 9-play drive with a TD. Vikings way out in front. So that'll do it from here in Orlando. The second half of Super Bowl 51 still to come as we rejoin Brandon and Charles in Houston.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two to begin the third. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. And they'll run it here. And a cut to the left sideline.
Why did I do that?
A big play there for Minnesota. 49 yards on the ground. They've had a tough time tracking him down all night, and that might have been the best chapter in the Super Bowl book so far.
And I don't want to jinx him, but I just saw the engraver walk by with the Super Bowl MVP trophy. Maybe it's in order for him.
And incomplete.
Do you want a touchdown in Super Bowl or not, Justin?
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Their dangerous wide receiver from 19 yards away. And this Viking offense is running away with this one.
And on this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And the Vikings defense ready to head back out there now. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Backing up. Wide open receiver complete. A good pickup there at 22. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's got time in the pocket. And this is going to be incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that brings up 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And now out comes Minnesota, and they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner, but where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play. Another good run there, and now we're seeing an offense that's imposed its will on a defense. When we talk about that all the time, what does it really mean? It means that the guys on the offensive line, they feel like they can do whatever they want. They're in the huddle saying, run it again. Give us another chance to smack someone and create some space. On the defensive side of the ball, not only have they imposed their will against you, you're almost powerless to figure out what you're doing there, but you got to keep your spirit up at the same time, and they're taking that too.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Oh, man! Block for the throwing quarterback!
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Looking to throw. And for right side here, complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Their dangerous wide receiver. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense?
For what? No.
The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it.
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Looking left.
Oh, good hit.
But it's incomplete.
It's a late hit.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
Unnecessary roughness.
Automatic first down.
Smacking. Pop. Boo. That's a big hit.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. Out left side here to Bryant. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Roethlisberger out left here. It's complete to Wheaton. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 14 there. And that'll be good for a Pittsburgh first.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Bryant has it, and he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Steelers a 1st down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Roethlisberger will throw, and he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. 3 yards to go on 2nd down.
What would you have said to me if I told you in pregame that Big Ben and Antonio Brown wouldn't have hooked up until the 2nd half?
I would say that they'd be losing, and they are.
Yeah, they are, and they've got to find a way now to continue to connect and try and get their team back in this game.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
On third down, here's Bell. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Bryant spread out to the right. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Goes underneath for Bell. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll bring up a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On second down, Roethlisberger. Hauled in by Wheaton over the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
He's got his man here. It's Green. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. 2 minutes to go in Super Bowl 51 from Houston. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Marcus Wheaton was the one he was looking for. That'll bring up second down. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive.
God is going in there, but this is going to be
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs. I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no. There was no ice bath. You just tried to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Vikings now heading on to the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad. And they just had another big completion there, and I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game, and however it turns out, it turns out.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. And this is going to be caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage. No gain, and it's second down. Oh, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. Most offenses make a living off of yards.
Oh, no! He caught a touchdown!
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner.
Get that out of here! I knocked that, too.
And they have done it. The Minnesota
Let's go. We
Vikings
won that
are the
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl champions. And the Lombardi Trophy is going back to the land of 10,000 lakes. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.
They'll pop up there, too. Justin 81. The team twins. Why are the same people up there? Twins.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got the Knox in the house, right? And I go by the name
Already
of
got him.
Somewhat the band. And we need all the ladies to report on the dance floor. And you know my slogan, no fighting and no...
Popping knock it when I met you, shorty had the long extension. Told her I'm a button, but out when you got the best intention. Tougher, not a bluffer. Want you to be my, don't have to take it undercover. Just under the bells are ringing, people singing, rice is throwing, flower bringing. Ting-a-ling-a-ling, the honeymoon is when we going, and I take you to a place that you didn't even know exists. What's your wish? Dinner at the Eiffel Tower in Paris.
Shot is in the basement party.
That fullback even Jack needed.
Never see my baby coming. Just once we went up. And my love is tripping. Now I feel my body drifting. Baby girl, she got me lifted. Your mind tripping. Excuse her while she kisses the sky. 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 Jaws dropping when she walking, kind of thing that happen often. More than just a little happy shutting down the city. Black the latest gears when she where you see that sun in the air. Fashion week all year. throwing money in the air. She's happy with my lady, other girls they wanna hate her. It comes with the territory, ball players wanna date her. All we got is loyalty, I'm treating you like royalty. I'ma spoil you every day of the week. Shot is in the basement party, yeah. Turn into the greatest party, yeah. Never see my baby coming. Just once, then we went up. Yeah. And my love tripping. Now I feel my body drifting. Baby girl, she got me lifted. Your mind tripping. She's so. Excuse her while she kisses the sky. 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 Hey baby, baby, hey baby. Hey baby, baby, hey baby.
This is the last opportunity to resign your players, or they will become free agents.
Hey baby, baby, hey baby. Hey baby, baby, hey baby. Yeah. Inhale, exhale. Let's take a breath and breathe, baby. Excuse her while she kisses the sky. 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 My second body cost a lot. After I bought it, I just wore it home. Reading philosophy and gossip rags. Spending my bottom dollar on my toes. I'm a pacifist who's never not